Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson is expected to be one step closer to becoming the first African-American woman to be a Supreme Court justice. CBS's Skylar Henry has the latest from Capitol Hill.
The Senate Judiciary Committee has begun debate on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination to the Supreme Court.
This committee's action today is nothing less than making history. I'm honored to be part of it. I will strongly and proudly support Judge Jackson's nomination.
Republicans on the committee have said Judge Jackson's judicial philosophy makes her unqualified to take the bench.
First time I've ever voted against any Supreme Court nominee. So why am I voting no? On our side, we like judges to be bound by the written letter of the law.
But Republicans don't have the votes to block her nomination from moving forward. The full Senate vote is expected to fall largely along party lines, but at least one Republican says she'll vote to confirm Judge Jackson.
In the end, I decided that she had the qualifications, the experience, and the credentials that we require of a Supreme Court justice and warranted my support.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he expects the full Senate to vote by the end of the week. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Senate is on spring break from April 11th through the 22nd. Hazard and Perry County officials, those with Save the Children and others who work in child care and education gathered at Hazard City Hall today to sign a Week of the Young Child proclamation. The Week of the Young Child focuses on the importance of early childhood development and education, encouraging parents, child care workers, and educators across the nation to take part in hands-on, creative, and educational activities with kids ages 0 to 8. Save the Children of Hazard took things a step further this week by sending a Rosie the Readiness bus to rural areas like the Buckhorn and Leatherwood communities.
Those two schools are the only schools in the county that don't have a preschool. So getting some packets and some skills out to those families helps out tremendously to get those kids a little bit prepared to go to kindergarten because they don't have that preschool option.
In conjunction with the Week of the Young Child, the Family Resource Youth Service Centers of Perry County is hosting an extravaganza from 5 until 7 today at the Perry County Park. There will be giveaways, free food, and a drive-through style egg hunt. Officials say the Daniel Boone National Forest has reopened a campground that was damaged by severe flooding in 2019. The Forest Service said in a statement that the fully renovated Rock Campground in London opened to the public on Friday. Officials say the campground was rebuilt during the last 3 years and features new tent pads and fire rings at all campsites. The historic Sublimity Bridge has also been fully restored. The span was built in 1942 by the Civilian Conservation Corps to connect the Laurel and Pulaski County sides of the campground. One of Harlan County's oldest cemeteries has been uncovered after recent construction. Nicknamed the Secret Cemetery, the Turner Cemetery was hidden downtown between several old structures. County officials were donated the property, revealing the grave sites after tearing down the old Harlan Ford Motor Building. Judge Executive Dan Mosley asks everyone not to worry, saying they plan to preserve it.
Potentially doing some nice fencing around this area. We want to put up some historical signage that tells who is buried here and what their impact on Harlan County was more than a century ago.
Local historians say one of the county's most prominent figures, William Turner, is buried at the gravesite. They say it's been around since the 19th century. Today is the 54th anniversary of the assassination of civil rights icon Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The site of the shooting, the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, is now home to the National Civil Rights Museum. Fewer and fewer civil rights advocates who worked with King remain to tell the story of King's entourage the day he died. Only the Reverend Jesse Jackson and former UN Ambassador Andrew Young remain. King's legacy lives on in continued efforts and legislation to end racism and other forms of discrimination. Thousands of flight cancellations and delays disrupted travel plans over the weekend, just in time for spring break. According to flight tracking website FlightAware, more than 3,500 U.S. flights were canceled Saturday and Sunday. JetBlue, Southwest, Alaska Airlines, Frontier, Spirit, and American Airlines were most affected. In a statement, a JetBlue spokesperson said severe weather in the southeast and air traffic control delays were the problem. Southwest blamed it on an intermittent technology issue as well as weather challenges.
Watching clouds continue to filter into the mountains this afternoon as we watch more showers push in later on tonight. You see what we've got going on outside right now. Plenty of overcast. I-64 at Moorhead. We are all socked in at the moment. Same thing on the Mountain Parkway at Slade. Some of us did see a little bit of sunshine this morning, but it was few and far between. However, it's not hurt those temperatures much. We're not far from average at this time. Average this time of year being in the middle 60s. We're in the low to middle 60s around the region, though the further north you go, the cooler it is. It's only 59 in Logan and 54 in Moorhead at this hour. A few showers working through southern West Virginia into western or southwest Virginia as well. And a lot of this likely not reaching the ground. But a few of those showers will be possible as we head into the overnight hours. You see those clouds continue to get thicker as they push into the region. And a few more showers on the way for places like the Cumberland Valley as we head into the overnight. Off and on scattered showers for us as we run through the overnight hours. Lows don't fall a whole lot thanks to the clouds. We are still going to be falling into the upper 40s and low 50s out there. We've got more shower chances the next couple of days and the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. I'll have those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Condemnation of Russia is growing after it appears Russian soldiers left hundreds of civilian bodies in the streets of a city outside Kyiv, Ukraine. Some of the bodies had their hands tied behind their backs. CBS's Deborah Alfarone has the latest as the war in Ukraine stretches into its 6th week, and we want to warn you, some of this video is disturbing.
Ukrainian officials say they have found more than 400 civilian bodies in towns around the capital, Kyiv. Many left in the street appear to have been shot at close range, some with their hands tied behind their backs, some burned, some hastily thrown into makeshift graves. This new satellite photo shows what appears to be a mass grave near a church in the town of Bucha. In the village of Kalinivka, Irina Kostenko says Russian soldiers killed her only son, Alexei. She brought his body back to their home in a wheelbarrow to bury him in the garden. The pain is so bad, she says. He was only 27 years old. This man says Russian troops opened fire on anyone in the streets without asking any questions. The situation is coming into focus after Russian troops retreated. Now humanitarian groups are helping those left behind. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Bucha Monday to see the atrocities firsthand. He says dead people have been found in barrels, basements, strangled, tortured. He again called it genocide and said it makes it hard to conduct negotiations with Russia. President Biden called Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal several weeks ago and now says that's clear. He did not go so far as to say what's happening in Ukraine is a genocide.
This guy is brutal, and what's happening in Bucha is outrageous. Yes, I'm going to continue to add sanctions.
But so far, sanctions have not stopped Russia's offensive, and Russia's currency has rebounded. Russia calls the video of bodies from outside of Kyiv staged and fake. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
If you drive a Chevy Equinox or GMC Terrain, we have some important information. They are part of a big recall because of issues with the windshield wipers. It's the 2014 to 2015 models in question. There are more than 680,000 of them out there. Apparently, the wipers' ball joints have been wearing away so they can fall off. It's a voluntary recall and your dealer will fix it for free. Sarah Palin got the thumbs up from former President Donald Trump. He's endorsing her to fill Alaska's at-large U.S. House seat. The seat became vacant when Representative Don Young died last month. Trump said it's his turn to return the favor after the former Alaska governor endorsed him for president. Palin joins a crowded field of more than 40 candidates vying for the seat in a special election, but Trump's endorsement has the potential to significantly boost her chances. Elon Musk is now the largest individual stakeholder in Twitter. Musk has taken a 9% stake in the social media company, sending shares soaring 25% in early trading today. This comes just a week after he said he would build his own social network. He did not disclose how much the shares cost him, but they were worth $2.9 billion as of close of trading Friday and jumped to $3.5 by today. When an investor buys 5% or more of a company's shares, they must disclose it publicly. Coming up on First at 4, supply concerns continue to weigh on oil prices. We'll have that and more in our Money Watch report.
And warmer air continues to push into the region for early this week, and that has the potential to bring us showers and thunderstorms. I'll have those details coming up.